guys, this is Carrie with Fullerton Professional Organizing, and today we're going to tackle, we're in February, and we usually tackle this in January every year, but I also know that at the end of January, sometimes we fall off the wagon. We set those goals, we set those New Year's resolutions, and then they start getting hard come February. So we're going to tackle goals today. And some of this information came from Kayse Pratt. She's on YouTube. Her YouTube channel is Anchored Woman, and she has several videos that she takes and talks about breaking down your goals, and then we're going to have a little review and at the end, but she talks about two types of goals. Now in my case, I think it might be better for me to have four types of goals. I like having a faith goal, a home improvement goal, a personal goal, and a business goal, right? That's four goals, and four goals isn't too much different than having two goals. And they can change once they're accomplished. You can change them up. So we're going to talk about some of the ways she talks about goals. Okay, two types of goals, and how many goals, and how to track goals. She says, are the ways you are setting goals and follow through, is it working? Those new, like we said, the New Year's resolutions and those goals that kind of fall to the wayside come February. She talks about project goals and habit goals. Now, project goals are goals that you tackle and finish, tasks or projects, beginning and end. They have a beginning and they have an end. They're not lifelong goals. Habit goals are those goals that grow with us, and we're attempting to make them lifelong goals, growing growing and ongoing goals or accomplishments, like Bible study, drinking more water, losing weight, or eating healthy, being healthy. Sometimes they do overlap, but habit goals can support the project goals. Now, brain dump any ideas you may have, she says. Just go ahead and brain dump any ideas that you have for goals that you would like to set. That goal list can be as big as you want it, because you're just brain dumping. You're just coming up with ideas. These are things that you've thought of. You just want to get them off of your brain and written down, just so you have a visual list of ideas, so you don't have to keep trying to keep all that information in your head. It frees up your mind. That's a lot of mind clutter. When we're able to write it down, it just gets it off. We don't have to force ourselves to keep it in our memory bank. Okay, so then decide on how many goals. She says set 2 goals per quarter. Okay, so that's 4 times a year. Do not burn out or get overwhelmed. 30 days, it takes 30 days to set a habit. That's what they say. But she says take 60 to 90 days to create a habit. 1 habit goal per quarter and a project goal per quarter. If you do finish early, you can start on another goal. The point is to spend your time on the things that matter the most to you, the most important to you. Breaking down the goals to small, manageable action steps. That's going to be next. After you figure out what goals you're going to tackle each quarter, now let's break it down into small, manageable action steps. Now, action steps are uh, 4 to 6 action steps or more. If those things tend to overwhelm you, break it down into smaller steps. And then supporting steps. Supporting steps are small, easy, short, easy tasks, like 15 minutes to pick up or 15 minutes to sort in piles. Keep, donate, dust, and then return items to its place if it's an organizational goal. Okay? So here's how she tackles these. And she says, first, she gets honest with herself. Get honest with yourself. How are you really doing? What is going on in your life right now? And then the second step is identifying the season that you're in. What is it that's going on in your life right now? What roles have you been called to? Are you are you committed to a Bible study? Are you committed to taking care of a loved one? Or do you have babies? What season are you in that can cause you to slow down your and be overwhelmed in your goal setting? And then third step is dreaming, planning, and praying over those goals. What does your ideal goal look like? How do you hope that would be accomplished for you and your family in the future? Start planning and dreaming and praying over your goals. All right. And then fourth is choosing those goals that you're going to tackle each quarter. Divide the goals into 2 categories. The projects and the what was it that we talked about? The projects, goals, and the habit goals. That's it. And brainstorming those goals. And then breaking down those goals. Like we said. Now, here is a little review directly from her. Kayse Pratt from Anchored Woman helps people narrow in on what is truly important to us in this season and how to set anchored goals based on those values. She also teaches how to break our goals down to make sure we can actually accomplish them. She says it's important to do the reflection part first, then set goals in line with our values. This makes it more likely to do the action steps needed to accomplish what is important to us. Sometimes our goals are hard. They're hard to stick with. That's why we kind of have to plan them and break them down so that we don't give up on them come February, so that they're ongoing. Your goals are the things you are called to do, the core parts of who you are, what only you can do. You don't need a ton of free time in order to make progress on your goals. You can break them down into 15 minutes segments. You can fit it into a very small parts of the day. But if you're already maxed out, then something needs to change before adding something new. Our biggest struggle, what feels really heavy, is usually where our values and our actions aren't, when our values and our actions are not in sync. You know, deciding on what is the most valuable to you in your life, then you can pick the action steps to get there. But you have to know what you value the most. What is your why? Why do you want to spend more time reading the Bible? Why do you want a cleaner home? Why do you want to be organized? Why do you want, one why, if it's business, is you want your business to grow. You want your business to thrive. You want financial growth. So, and you still want to be able to put your family first, but you also need your finances to support your family. Okay? Maybe. These are just ideas. Now, ask yourself some important questions to set a good foundation before you set goals, such as, how are you really doing right now? What are your strengths and your weaknesses right now? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean your skills. It can mean your skills, but it also can encompass, right now, you have a lot going on. You have a lot of family activities that have to be supported alongside of your church family, your home family, your business family. Okay? And next, identify the season that you're in. That's really what I was talking about. Your strengths and weaknesses go hand in hand in what the season is that you're in. Assess these 5 things: your roles, your schedule, your commitment, your margin, and your priorities, and reflect on those answers. Take some time to consider the things you want to work on in the future. What does your ideal day look like? What do you wish you had time for? And then pray about these things. Pray about your goals for your faith, for your home, for your personal life, for your business life. Okay? Take some time to consider these things and pray. Now, brainstorm some goals for the next 3 months. Divide them into 2 categories: project goals and habit goals, and keep those other 4 things in mind: your faith, your home, your personal life, and your business. On her website, she has some resources, and I will leave her information below. But here are some things I'm also going to tackle real quick in this, is some things for your business. What is your goal or top 3 goals for 2023? How committed are you to those goals? 3, note each question. How much time are you dedicating to your business goals? How serious are you in these 3 goals that you've set for your business? And when do you plan to work on these goals with proven action steps? Have you set some time aside each day to work on your business if you have a business? And create an action plan using the information that we just went over. Create an action plan. Start with the end in mind and note your 3 goals. Each line, tackle those business goals. You've got 12 months. Tackle one, do one action step a month towards your business goals. Okay? Now, create a summary of action steps you know you have to get down in order to line up with those 3 goals for your business. As an example, if you are looking at writing a book and that is on your one of your monthly action steps for your, then the action steps would be that month, writing a chapter a week, finding an editor, illustrator or a publisher, a PR person, etc. If that's one of your goals, then one of those one of those action steps has to be tackled each month, or each week in that month. All right, guys, that was just kind of a quick overview. And here are just a few other things. Each time you procrastinate, ask yourself, why do you purposely hold yourself back from getting to your goals? Is this a pattern? What is the narrative that you are circling in your mind that is holding you back? Note why you totally deserve these 3 goals. What is your why? Spend time in this space, as this is one of the biggest reasons why we don't accomplish our goals. Because deep down inside, in our submind, we don't believe we deserve a curated, purposeful, and intentional life and business. You may have a series of blocks and old narratives that need to be unleashed. Use a journal to work your way out of these blocks by replacing those thoughts that don't support your higher purpose and greatness with thoughts that will support your destiny and greatest self. You deserve everything you envision for yourself. Follow me. Oh, okay. Sorry. Follow me on this podcast and on YouTube. But yes, once we've prayed over and we've heard from God and we know what our purpose is and what our goals are, every time we feel like we're procrastinating or we have imposter syndrome, or we're not a good enough wife, we're not a good enough parent, we're not a good enough friend or business person or Christian, or whatever negativities we tell ourselves, just take it to God and hear from God. We can't just take it to Him and pray and not listen. We've got to listen and hear His voice. And that's it for this podcast. I hope it was helpful. Sorry, I can't talk. But I hope it was helpful to help you grow in your faith, help you have a happier home, a healthier body, and a growing, thriving business if you are in business. All right, guys, thank you, and I will talk to you on the next one.